Let's talk RAF.
Oh my.
RAF got interesting before the wrestling even started.
Way before.
Let's talk press conference first, before the weight and the matchup changes, but the press conference.
It was crazy.
Covington, Rockhold versus Bo Nickal.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to sort of unpack there. So Colby Covington and Luke Rockhold were the main event for RAF 5. And evidently, Bo Nickal took exception to that. Now, did Bo think I should be the main event? Did Bo think Dakin Cotty should be the main event? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he said Dakin Cotty in his interview with Chael during the event.
It felt like the impression that they got was that Bo wanted to be the main event, because I feel like that does sort of change the dynamic. So you've got Colby and Luke up there, and at this point in the press conference, it's been pretty tame, pretty mild, I would say. And Colby just tees off on Bo. I mean, the pins, like I don't even know how I want to say it. You know, the
former coach,
former
scandal for
football
the football
coach,
team.
that whole freaking ultimately tragedy. Bringing Bo, I thought that was like, oh man, that's bad. And then they call him a bum, and then they're saying he's never done anything. It's like, well, Luke Rockhold says, what have you done at the world level? I mean, this is wrestling. What have you done at the world level? What have you done at the collegiate level? Like, the idea that they, because of their MMA success, can make, like, dunk on Bo, who by his freshman year of college dwarfed all of their accolades in wrestling. The idea that they can be in the main event because they're famous fighters in a wrestling event. Now, if this was an MMA card, if it was a UFC card, and they sat up there and said, you haven't proven anything, you haven't done anything, it's like, okay, that has actual merit. There's weight to that. But for Luke to say that MMA built wrestling, it's like, wait, really? Is that true?
That was a crazy line.
That's a crazy freaking line. It's a crazy line. Wrestling is experiencing insane growth. I don't think it's because of MMA. It's certainly not because of Luke Rockhold or Colby Covington. What is their great benefit to the sport of wrestling? So I thought that was I didn't like that part of it. I don't mind trash talk. I'm not surprised about it. This is sort of what RAF is leaning into, which is why I was surprised to see Chad and Izzy trying to like quell it. It's like, well, what did you think was going to happen when Colby Covington had a microphone? Like them being, but they let Bo get kind of like dunked on there for a while, and I think that's where the point where like when Luke Rockhold says, "What have you done at the world level?" It's like, well, hey Luke, one of those guys sitting in the middle should be like, well, he's actually a U23 world champion. He actually made the Olympic trials finals. He's actually a 3-time NCAA champ, Hodge Trophy winner. In the sport of wrestling, he's the real deal.
Which I think that would be fair to say if they were at an MMA press conference.
That's what I'm saying.
But this is a wrestling press conference.
This is wrestling. It's freestyle wrestling. It is like I don't. And as far as the decision to make them the main event, listen, it's the only match I didn't watch. I don't care about Colby Covington wrestling Luke Rockhold. That's me though. I'm a diehard. We're sitting here. We're diehards. That's not the target demo for these cards. At least a lot of these matches. But I'm not saying it's not the right business decision to have these two guys that have certainly more renown than Bo Nickal, and maybe they think that they're the bigger draw, and so that might make sense. I'm not even questioning that decision. They're the business people making those decisions. I'm just a wrestling fan talking about it, but yeah, the idea that they're elite wrestlers is just like, man.
Yeah, I always go back to that with RAF. It's not a criticism, like you said. We're the diehard wrestling fans, so we're not the target audience. And if it brings more eyeballs in, if they are that big of a draw, and it brings more people into the sport, and maybe it makes some new fans, then of course I support that. But watching some of that press conference, watching all the fallout, you get way more social media interaction. But at no point was I at all involved or excited, or even now more interested in watching Colby and Luke or any of the other ex-MMA guys, or even if they're former wrestlers. I mean, Steve Mako was on there, and I have a history with Steve Mako.
Yeah.
And it was awesome to see him out there, but also I'm like, I would rather watch him coach a practice. I would rather watch Steve Mako do almost anything than wrestle a match now after? I know
Well,
he
now
didn't take
after.
his shoes off, but
Before
after-
I was kind of like, I don't know. I'm interested to see what Michael looks like.
Yeah, but anyway, then the interest just plummets even further when we're talking about two guys that aren't Mako status.
I didn't care for the press conference and whatever. I know it like hits a certain demographic that like that, and they want to build whatever kind of controversy you can build. I didn't care for Luke and Colby basically saying, and I know you kind of already touched on this a little bit, but like in a room full of wrestlers, basically saying like, you need us so much, and you're nothing without us. And it's like, dude, like that feels like the wrong way to package it. Of like, we love wrestling, that's why we're here. You know, you could say it differently.
It's like, I thought you were one of us.
It really turned me off to like, okay, I don't really care about MMA guys wrestling, and now to hear them talk this way about the sport, that like this is my life. And it's like, okay, well, like, man, I need you, and you hate what wrestlers are doing so much that you have to come in and save it. It's like, that's, to me, that's where it's like, okay, like this rubs me the wrong way, and it just felt like the wrong package to wrestling fans, you know.
And it shows that they're just parachuting in there for a paycheck, and then they're bouncing. They clearly don't care about wrestling. They don't care about RAF being like a legitimate wrestling outlet for people to continue their wrestling careers, which is what RAF has been espousing from day one. And now you bring these guys in. Again, if that's the plan, if this brings in more eyeballs, then okay. I'm not going to hate on that. I'm just saying that doesn't endear me to these two guys personally. It makes me think that they're here for their money, and now they're out the door, and I'll never, hopefully, pay attention to them ever again.
I mean, it's good. It's what you signed up for. With Raph and Colby Covington, Luke Rockhold, like, that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, it did hit a different level, it felt, with this. But then this is like not even that. You thought that was the drama, and then the drama the next day where you have, which I was confused because I thought RAF was day before weigh-ins. And then if you open Instagram, and there's 3 guys that missed weight. They said Stephen Buchanan, Yoel Romero, and Jordan Oliver missed weight. And then they recant, okay, actually, Stephen Buchanan didn't miss weight. I still don't know what happened there. It sounds like maybe he was given one weight and he made it, but it was supposed to be another. I don't know. But then Yoel misses by 7 pounds, which to me says he didn't take it seriously or try to make weight. If you miss by 7 pounds, it's like you just rolled up like.
There was a story about how this is on a Twitter feed or whatever, but it was like Yoel had a dinner planned for that night. He thought it was day before, thought he was going to weigh in and then go to this big dinner. Then when it was the next day, he's like, well, I'm still going to this dinner.
Hilarious.
But
I love that
sounds
move from
completely made
Yoel.
up. But again, I'm with you. I have no idea what
I'm
the real
choosing to
truth is.
believe that.
Yeah, I mean, he did not deprive himself that night. I think that would be pretty clear. So then Bo is once again put in a really tough position. It's like, all right, you wrestle this guy who missed by 7 pounds, or do you, say no? It's like make the weight.
Be a professional.
In wrestling, you make your weight, right? It's like not like MMA. Like, whatever. Let's fight anyways. If Bo wanted to do it, I wouldn't have said, hey, that's a bad idea. Probably after he watched Stephen Buchanan 10-0 him, he's probably like, oh man, I should have just wrestled him. But you don't know. This guy just 10-0'd Pat Downey. So so Bo's getting like, dude, I went to his Instagram. There's a post that he's smoking a cigar. He's kind of inviting it a little bit, maybe.
Okay, Bo knows what he's doing. Like,
Does he though? Because I don't think so. He does not like. He is caught in different worlds. Bo doesn't like being the heel. He doesn't like the negativity. It's very obvious, but a lot of it happens to him. So I don't think.
but he plays into it sometimes.
But I don't think he likes it. I don't think that's what he wants.
I don't think it comes natural to him. I think he's kind of like, he's been told, play the heel, and he kind of does it, and he's like, I get booed, so then I'll lean into it a little bit. But deep down, he's like, he's not Colby Covington. He's like,
he does not like it.
Don't want to be
He flipped
this.
the birds after his last win.
Yeah, that's what
in
I'm
the
saying.
Cage. I mean, if he doesn't want to be the heel, and I get what you're saying, he does seem like that does get to him in certain situations, but you can't jump up after a win, just flip off the whole crowd.
I think he's just zigging and zagging on like his like what is his identity like in reality as a MMA guy, as a wrestling guy. But anyways, he's just getting shredded there for not wrestling.
He had to have known not accepting this match was not going to exactly endear him to fans, and that's what I was going to say. It was like, yeah, that's a fine decision to make. But I appreciate someone who will just be like, whatever.
Well,
we're
and
gonna
it's
wrestle. I'm not saying it's the right decision.
Yeah, no,
And
of
I
course.
understand why I wouldn't. I'm not saying I would even in that position, but it's kind of like you just get endeared to a guy that will go and do that. It's like a lot of times I'm not going to blame a kid who goes and transfers and changes the situation because that's maybe the right decision for him. But I get endeared to somebody who sticks it out at a program for now 4, 5, 6 years.
Yeah, and you know how much of it is like, all right, man, you just had these guys on the main event. You let them dunk on me for 10 minutes. Am I going to do you any favors now and take this match?
Right.
Like, no. He missed weight. That's it. It's over.
Yeah, I think it got compounded, too, by the fact that there's Pat Downey, who did make 205, who was supposed to wrestle Buchanan, and now he's collateral damage because Bo is going to say no to Yoel for missing weight, which is absolutely his right, and however they wanted to handle that. And then Buchanan goes up, but now you got Downey sitting there making weight saying...
They should have had Downey and Bo wrestle.
Bo wouldn't wrestle him.
Yeah.
Oh, well, why not? Downey made the weight, bro.
He didn't want to wrestle Pat Downey.
And again, it's all like...
I mean, it's like you show up. It's like, I don't know.
I get it. You have an opponent
You show
in
up.
mind.
I'm wrestling you. I don't know. I'm here to wrestle Yoel Romero at 205.
Yeah.
Now, you either want me to wrestle 212 Yoel Romero or Pat Downey. Wait,
Totally
hold on. I
different
thought I
person.
just came here to do this. Like, is it so wrong to want to do the thing that I actually signed the contract to do? I'm doing everything I asked. I don't want to wrestle Pat Downey. There's nothing for me. What is there to gain? He's 10-0. He's 12-2'd Downey last time they wrestled. There's nothing to establish there.
I'm only bringing that up as in, like, I'm not trying to dump on Bo anymore. I'm saying that is what's going to bring more people out in the comments and chirping at him because it's like, what a weird mix of things to actually happen where now not only is it people saying you should have wrestled Yoel, but now it's also, well, if that's the case, then at least wrestle Pat. And I'm not saying he should have done either. I'm just saying now those two things happening at the same time after that crazy press conference is just wild. Maybe
it's a risk. It is a risk, but if Bo had wrestled and just smashed Yoel, I think I would have endeared him to a lot. I think people would have been like, that was sick that he did that and took that match.
That's what I'm saying.
100%. Like people, that would have been, like if you're looking for like, the best upside, regardless of whatever, it's taking that match and smashing Yoel Romero, which I seriously think he's watching that Buchanan match like, oh, I should just beat this dude.
And you all said I was crazy for saying Bo next topic.
Oh, well, you were. You probably said that. I just remember your like Dake next topic thing. Like, there's no way.
Dake, but I was big on Bo. I was like, come on, really?
Well,
Because when he 10-0'd Pat Downey, I was like, yeah, well, what would Bo do to Pat Downey?